gonna have some updates in this video, but one thing I couldn't quite figure out is, are these sunglasses super sweet or ridiculous? Because if you donated to Scott and I's charity ride for JDRF, where we are riding 100 miles in Death Valley, then this is what's going to be given away this week. They are Gooder sunglasses, and I've rocked these retro styled sunglasses before for Revo on the West Coast, and I kind of like this look, but it's been a while, so yeah, let me know below what you think. Alright, until then, I just want to cover some kind of questions that people are constantly asking me, including my own family, because yes, it is my birthday, and my sister is like, where are you? Oh, what are you up to? Where are you going? And that's kind of what I wanted to share with all of you. So to get the first question out of the way, where I am is Denver, Colorado. And I just came up from Colorado Springs, where I hung out with the Goodling family, and I'll tell you guys a bit about that a little bit later. But then where I'm going to next is San Francisco on Saturday.
Head for the sun, follow your footsteps, edge of the world, right to your doorstep home.
So, last weekend... Alright, so last weekend, Annalise and I got together with the Pearl iZUMi gang out in Louisville with their headquarters with 30 others, and we went on this awesome ride with everyone. We went up to Gold Hill, so 30 of us all left their headquarters, went up to Gold Hill, spent the night, and totally went glamping. No debate. Glamping, 100% food there, all these tents, big RV, and just got to bond with the ambassadors that came from all over. I'm gonna make a full video about it. But I really enjoyed it. I got to ride a gravel bike. It was just good times, a lot of laughs. We got to see where the brand was going in 2019, 2020, 2021, and I just really enjoyed it. A big takeaway for me personally was to see Pearl iZUMi embrace sustainability, which is my background. I talk about that every once in a while on this channel, but I really respected their brand for making a lot of decisions to incorporate recycled material into their designs, reduce waste overall, look at their whole impact, stuff that I'm going to nerd out about. So just know that it was a blast.
I know. I feel so naked. I don't know how to get around. Walking is so slow.
So what happened to our bikes? And what's your update?
Our bikes are gone, unfortunately. I have trouble knowing how to get around now. I just feel very naked. Updates. Tomorrow I'm going to be going home, which is weird because I haven't been home in 3 months. It's going to be nice to be back in my own apartment, but I know I'm going to get sick of it immediately. Other updates?
Sure. He's got a rolling camera here.
Just a rolling camera, not a big deal. I was going to talk about how I was nervous during the Pearl iZUMi group that I would fall behind the whole time and I would be the last one, but I surprised myself in being able to moderately keep up with the group, which I was proud of.
What's the project you're working on to pitch to sponsors?
Oh yes. It's called Our Unknown, and it is a tour through New England with Ben Weaver, who is a folk musician whose music is in a lot of our films, and Keenan Desplankus, who is a very talented filmmaker. So it's going to be the 4 of us touring New England, talking about the different ways that we're being vulnerable on and off our bikes, and playing concerts along the way. And we're going to pitch it to a bunch of sponsors now.
Yeah.
And then we'll be rich.
My crew, we never going hungry. To know I'm living it
Alright, No Bike Life is super official because I have sent my pannier bags home and switched over to 2 other Ortlieb bags. This is the Ortlieb 34 liter roller bag. I really like it because it's super rugged. It's amazing. I've already taken it through the airport and rolling it around is amazing. 100% waterproof, which is nice because it's almost raining right now. And also just carries a ton of stuff, has all the zippers and things that I always love, just in terms of putting random documents and things like that. And then this is the Ortlieb 8-track, which just came out, I believe. And its build is kind of like a bike packer, ultimate travel. But what's really innovative and cool about the bag is that you unzip it on the back side, and it's also completely waterproof. And I used this on a hike in Silverthorne, Colorado, which we didn't talk about too much yet, is that Annalise and I got flown out there to talk to their tourism board right in the middle of town, and when I showed up, this amazing moment happened. Holy shit, look at that! We're in the town of Silverthorne, town center, miles of portraits, no way! What? Insane, so cool. Yeah, Silverthorne crushes it on marketing. It was really amazing. We had a really intimate crowd, but was really nice about the event is that a guy named Javier showed up. And what was special about that is that Javier followed this channel and got inspired to get into bikepacking. And he grew up in Silverthorne, grew up as a mountain biker, but then now wants to start doing overnight trips. And that just meant a lot to me because Annalise and I have been out on the road for so long that we're actually putting these videos out, putting out our Instagram stories, sharing our own personal story, impacting other people's lives. And that is what this is all about.
You got me feeling so high up in the summertime state of mind. Summertime state of mind. Footloose fancy free we fly. Found in a summertime state of mind. Summertime state of mind.
Is it more blue? Or is it a bit more green? Alright, this is it, right? Douglas for bluish green is the exact color of this. One for my birthday. I love doing stuff with my hair. I think it's just fun. A reminder to take life easy. When I was 18, I completely buzzed my hair off, and that's what my passport photo was, which I just renewed for a adventure coming up, which I still haven't shared with you all. There's too many updates. But this year, I was with the Goodling family. Can you all hear the chicken in the background? So this year I was with the Goodling family, seeing them for a second time, hanging out with Nora, who's type 1 diabetic, their daughter, adorable, and Jenny, and we were making a course. Then this course is for my business that I'm launching. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know diabadass.com is live. What Diabadass is online educational courses for people living with type 1 diabetes. We're talking video courses that are step-by-step, that have downloadable worksheets that keep us on track, and then also online summits. And really the purpose of this is to share the knowledge that I learn about while I'm out on the road. Now, Jenny, Nora, and I were making a recipe book for people that want to cook low carb, so using stuff like almond flours and cheese and eggs, but also gluten-free. You might know that people living with type 1 diabetes are at high risk for celiac, and Nora happens to be type 1 and celiac, so she's able to make low carb, gluten-free. What do we make? Pizza crusts, we made cornbread, which was a paleo cornbread, paleo pancakes. There's a whole bunch of stuff where your blood sugars just stay, this chicken, absolutely flat. But then also as a mother, you're able to give your daughter, your son, your child food and to feel normal without impacting their health. And I love that. And the whole point of Diabadass is to share these resources. And of course, because I have been looping and believe so much in loop, that's the first course that's live, and you can already see it right now. But more importantly, you can become a founding member. You can become one of these people who believe in me and believe in this idea of Diabadass, and sharing the knowledge that I learn out on the road with others who can't access it or who want more of it, and share that inspiration and energy that I get when I'm talking or showing up at events consistently. And one of my close friends, Kiana Drew, she asked me about Diabadass and how long this idea has been waiting to come into existence. And I told her 5 years. I knew Diabadass was expiring, and I set a 3-year calendar reminder to buy it when it came available. And I waited and waited and waited, and one day it popped up that little notification, and I purchased it. But then it sat there, almost like too good to be true. At first I thought I wanted a merchandise store, but it didn't feel right. And it's still gonna come into fruition, but there's
You. I'll pick you up and we'll head west.
Got it. Don't worry about that. There's gonna be merch. But as I traveled more and more, I started making these connections, making these bonds, learning. Because 2 years ago, I was not a looper until I stayed in the home of Katie DeSimone, who manages Loop Docs. Most of my online friends were just that. I didn't know them in person. I didn't do a 10K run with Marie Diaz yet because we were just chatting online. It was only when I went out there and started staying in people's homes, putting on events, speaking consistently, and just going out there for the sake of myself and the sake of just exploring, that I realized how special our community is and how much of a resource that can be for others. Because the same way that Jenny taught me yesterday and Nora taught me yesterday how to make low-carb baking that's also gluten-free, that's useful for my friends like Shay, who's also celiac and type 1. But it's also useful for those mothers I haven't met yet who are wondering and struggling, how do you make it so your daughter or your son can be the healthiest they can be and feel normal, balance this complicated, crazy disease. And with the encouragement of the mastermind group that Kiana's part of, they told me to launch and that they would be there for me. And they filled up these early rows, but there's still a lot more space. And these founding members, these 100 people, are people who believe in me and believe in this idea that we can be a professional diabetic at the age of 28. And truly, kind of some of the specifics is that just for $17 a month, you'll get access to everything I create. You'll get access to all my courses, all my worksheets, all the online summits, and the price is gonna go up. Those people that enter in early are permanently gonna have their name on this sheet, and I promise you I will frame this and keep it close to my heart, because these are the people who are enabling me to step into this community full time and take out some of that fear and worry of how I'm gonna put a roof over my head, how am I gonna put food on my plate. But more importantly, in 6 months into a year, it's gonna enable me to share more stories like Jean Medley's out in Phoenix, who lost 200 pounds and became one of my best friends, even though she lives with type 2. It's gonna enable me to be that film crew, that support crew for organizations like Connected Emotion, and not have to worry so much on who is sponsoring me, because I know I'll have these people backing me so I can share what these nonprofits are doing, their programming, connecting in with marathon teams, with riding teams, and all of that, and just strengthen our community as an individual. And also do things like share my ideas and opinions about pumps and technology without having any sales background, just purely how I think about it. So if any of that resonates with you, go to diabadass.com right now and sign up, because this initial sign up is going to close tonight, but that $17 a month will mean the world to me and will really enable me to go out and pursue this full time. But instead of me rambling, why don't we talk to founding member number 12? Is it dark? It looks dark.
Looks like I'm dark.
Alright, that looks better.
Yeah, it looks much better.
founding member number 12 here. Why'd you join?
I like to say that we pay like so much money for health insurance and we don't really get much from our doctors, and I think something like this is just so much better because it's really pulling from our community, and we like learn so much more from our community than we do from our doctors.
Perfect. Hopefully I got that. I appreciate it. Anyone who's hesitant, check out Diabadass. There's a video there. And remember,
You can go anywhere and do anything.